All right, here's Bad Dreams by 9 Leaves.
She lay with closed eyes in the script that I made, from the cradle to the grave. Now more than just a phrase, I can't.
All right, that was 9 Leaves, who we have on the air right now. So explain to me about the track. I mean, who produced it? Zach did.
Yeah, I composed it.
You composed it. Okay, so Zach, talking about the composition, how did you come up with the idea? What were the parts you put into it? Was the track exactly the way you imagined it? All of that.
Yeah, well, at least for me, I don't know how other producers work, but for me, there's really no formula. It's kind of, I don't know what I'm going to get until I start. So with this track, kind of the same as all the other ones. I just started, and the opening guitar thing that you hear, I came up with that thing out of nowhere, and then I just went to town on it. The whole thing kind of unfolded naturally, which is very fortunate when that happens, but because sometimes you're struggling when everything is taking a long time to come out. But this kind of just wrote itself. So I don't know. I couldn't explain to you, why it happened. If I could, there'd be many more of these hits. But
So coming up with the idea for the track, Bad Dreams, the concept, who came up with that?
That was me. Hello, everybody. This is Stang, 9 Leaves. It was an interesting story, actually, how the track came about. Like Zach said, he worked on it. Everything came together. He presented it to us. There was a bunch of us in the studio that night. So, sometimes we take the process of who can write the best verse. So, everybody basically, just went to town on it. For me, this track evokes a lot of emotion. The strings are just so sad, and it just seemed like the perfect track to tell a really good story on. So for my verse, which ended up becoming the whole song, I had a bad dream one night about my daughter. I'm a father of 3, and in my dream, my daughter, her bassinet is always by my bed. I looked over into her bassinet, and she wasn't moving, and I felt her, and she was cold. And I immediately woke up. That's a horrible nightmare for a parent. So when I heard the strings, I just drew from that nightmare that I had. So that's why the chorus goes, wish I could wake up.
Wow, that's a scary-ass dream.
Tell me about it.
You know what's crazy? I think that's why I related to the track so much, because I used to get dreams like that when I was younger. I have a sister, and my sister's like about 11 years younger than me. And when I was about, 12, 13 years old, I had these dreams that my sister was drowning in the ocean, and I couldn't save her because I can't swim. So I would have dreams like that, and then I think at some point in the dream I'd realize it was a dream and I'd wake up, which is sort of crazy. So I really that's just kind of why I like that track, because I think it's something that most people can relate to, and the description of it was also very good. I love vivid tracks. I love vivid lyrics.
Thank you. Yeah, I take pride in that myself with writing any song. I feel, it's my duty to paint the best picture, possibly, of course, with words. That's just what I've always been drawn to with my love of hip-hop and great MCs and lyricism alike. So, I thank you for that compliment. And as far as relating, that's just pretty much all the 9 Leaves music. It's just very good stories, things we put together, or things that we draw from real life and, try to paint them very well on the music that Zach paints. It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would say I like as far as what we do that kind of seems absent from a lot of stuff you hear on the radio, is that it's like every song is essentially about the same thing. Like you turn on the radio, you go to Z100, guess what that song's about? It's a love song. You go to Hot 97, guess what that song's about? It's a love song. You go to this station, every single song, 9 out of 10 times, it's, they broke up, they're in love. And that's cool because, a lot of people can relate to that, and it's very common, obviously. But at the same time, it's like there's so many things out there that, that we can put in songs that move us, that we can all relate to. And this is just, what Harris just wrote through here is just one example of that. It's like the perfect example. There's so many things out there that people could be talking about and making songs about that they just never do for some reason. So I
like nightmares.
So anyhow, I just going to throw my 2 cents in there.
No, and I think it's a very good point. I think you're absolutely right. I think that we talk about the same things over and over again, yet there are so many other concepts and so many other topics that we all can relate to, like you said, Bad Dreams being one of them. Do you think that's what you guys offer in your music, newer concepts, fresher concepts?
Absolutely. I definitely would take lots of credit for putting that into our music. For our group, putting that back into hip-hop music, not just our music, but back into hip-hop. That's what we aim for our contribution to be to hip-hop music, is bringing those things back. That actually, I mean, they existed when I was younger, and the golden age of hip hop, which shouldn't really be a golden age. None of those artists are that old, but in those days, those are the things you got. I mean, you got like Rakim and Slick Rick and Cool G Rap and Ice Cube, and I mean all the NWA. These guys really painted pictures and hit on different things. Public Enemy, like everybody wasn't bottle popping, everybody wasn't always having a good time, which is there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna serve a plate of food, you got to have a little bit of everything, so it's a balance meal.
Oh, I like that analogy, and I agree with that. And I totally agree with that because, I think a lot of times what happens is we tend to dismiss, completely, once we feel like we've been enlightened or we have better concepts or whatever, we kind of dismiss the party aspect or whatever, which, it has its place, but we don't want it all the time. It's like having cake all the time.
Right.
Cake is good. We enjoy cake. Cake is delicious. We like to have cake at a party, but it's not something you want to have on a regular basis in your daily meals all the time. You need to balance it out. I like that. That's a good analogy. No wonder you guys are artists.
Comes naturally.
Talking about your name, 9 Leaves, that struck out to me.
The name, I'll tackle the name. The name came together, as we were young. We've been doing this for a while. We were younger, all of us, very active in hip-hop culture, from all of us taking shots at b-boying and DJing and graffiti writing. So, we're very in tune with the culture, not just with the music. So with the number 9, we put together the 5 senses of the body and then the 4 elements of hip-hop. So that would be living a true experience of the hip-hop culture. And then with the leaves, again, like I said, we've all been together, since we were pretty young, tight friends, we're family. So, we all grow together or fall together. So that's 9 Leaves.
Oh, wow. That's a really good concept. Okay, I want to get into another track by you guys. Like I said, I really enjoyed your music. I enjoyed the vividness of your tracks. And I also liked your video. And for this track, you guys have a video. It's called Yesterday. Introduce the track for me. Talk to me a little bit about it, and then we'll get into it.
The song you're about to hear is called Yesterday. It's our single. You can go on YouTube and check out the video or go to the blog spot. But basically the idea is this whole track, it was written right before New Year's Eve. And obviously New Year's Eve brings a whole lot of looking back on the year that passed and what happened. And this song, you'll hear 3 verses, and each verse is talking about whatever happened in that particular individual's past year. And there's a lot of differences in terms of how emotional the year was for people or not. And it's kind of just a very reflective, honest look at everybody's lives and what was happening. So enjoy.
All right, here we go. Yesterday by 9 Leaves.
The way you work 14-hour days or right through the night till the next morning.
All right. That was a hot track by 9 Leaves called Yesterday. You can check out the video on onblastradio.com. I have the whole feature posted up on there. I got the video, I got a track, which is actually their single Yesterday. So check it out. 9 Leaves, talk to me, man. Talk to me. That track is so hot, and the video is hot. And the young lady singing, is she a part of the group?
Yes, she is. Her name is Heather, and she's all over the album.
Yeah, I hear on a lot of the other tracks as well. Her voice is really beautiful.
If she were here, she would thank you.
Yeah, that's why she's done.
Yeah, her voice actually stuck out to me because I think it really complements your style overall. It sounds like a lot of different elements. And I heard you guys say earlier that you were hip hop, but I was reading through some of your information that was sent to me through your manager. You guys were also on the rock charts for Billboard. So
yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, I don't know. Does it make sense to you? Explain it to me. But I mean, I'm with you in that our genre is it's hard to pin us down because we're not exactly your conventional interpretation of hip hop. But we are hip hop. But Billboard put us under rock. I have no idea why, but I'm not complaining as long as we're up there. Everything's all good. So
absolutely, it's definitely important to be seen and heard. So I mean, it's actually a compliment for me because even like I was saying, we all grew up in hip hop culture. One important thing is that good music is good music no matter what, and you really don't, as artists, you don't want to be pigeonholed into any individual box or a particular lane. You want to be able to express yourself through whatever means that you have. And a thing that comes together with our music when Zach's composing is that he pulls from all different genres of music, instruments from all different corners of the world. you know, to put it together to make good music. And, you know, we then take that and add our hip-hop element to make it comfortable or, you know, what we like.
Yeah, and, you know, I think that when I hear your music, I hear actually the different elements of the style, which is why I think her name is Heather being on the track is very complimentary to the style because it makes it unique.